Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for an extremely important game in the Dubai Sevens. This one's Samoa versus Canada. Now, so far, the Samoans, they've been pretty unlucky in the two games that they've played. They've come head-to-head with New Zealand and they've faced against the Blitzboks. Now they've got their game up against Canada. Now, the benefit that they have is points differential-wise, they aren't looking too shabby. They need to make sure they get a big win here, though, because, of course, with the 3 pools rather than the 4, it means that the 2 best third place teams do also advance to the quarterfinals, and that is what is on the line here for these Samoans. They want a big win over Canada, like I mentioned, but Canada have proven themselves in a couple of their past fixtures. Definitely that one up against New Zealand when they were almost able to pull off that upset, but we have got Caspian in the chat. It said Samoa for the win, and I was thinking fell asleep. I have not yet. It may be 4:30 a.m. here in New Zealand, but we are still going strong. Hi, all, and Hamish. 4:30 a.m. for you. Says Robert, it certainly is. No, this is the last session, I guess you could say, of the sevens that we are covering for today. Did you eat some sugar? I had a popsicle, and that seems like it's kept me going for a little bit longer. But currently, Australia versus Spain is taking place, so we are just waiting for that game to finish so that we then get the next game that is taking place between Samoa and Canada. Now, some players who have stood up throughout this competition. Bro, why you woke early, says DC. Well, one fun fact, I haven't been to sleep yet. So we've been up for about 19 or so hours, maybe 20 hours at this point, but sleep has not happened as of yet, but it will be happening a little bit later on in the day. And for the Samoans, they cannot sleep easy without knowing that they've made their way through to the quarterfinals, and I think that they've got a very good chance of being able to do so. The thing that they need here, though, is a lot of points up against Canada, who have proven that they've been able to score them. They got a few up against New Zealand over the 20. Samoa losing to New Zealand in the final moment of the game, once again by those 2 points, and it always seems to be the case anytime they go head-to-head with the Kiwis, just in the final moments, New Zealand find a way to win. So we may even see those two sides go head-to-head later on in the contest for the Dubai Sevens. But of course, New Zealand versus South Africa, that is also taking place a little bit later on tonight. Another one of the games that we are covering on the channel. It's going to be an entertaining one. We are about to see the starting lineup. So for Samoa and Canada, I would assume Alafipo will once again find himself in the starting lineup for the Samoans. Nauli Vai as well, out on the wing. He has been very impressive. So I don't think they'll want to make those changes. They haven't actually utilised Valvasa Afasua that much throughout the most recent couple of games. Happy birthday, Amy, says, thank you very much, mate. Greatly appreciated there. Looks like Spain, yep, they are going to get the last try of their contest up against Australia. It is running slightly later. I believe there were a couple games where the injuries meant that was a little bit more delayed. On the last match, I could not comment. Do you know why, says Caspian? I do not. I'm sure I saw most of your comments, though, in the last game, Caspian. And happy birthday, Hamish, says DC will win. And hey, Hamish, I don't know why, but everyone thinks you took a sleep, says Manus. Yeah, there wasn't quite enough time in between streams, I don't believe, to be able to have a nap. Currently 2 games of the URC taking place. Next game of the Sevens just about to get underway. Who's the rocket for the Canadians? I mean, Thomas Isherwood is definitely one to watch out for. Awaru as well, for the size factor alone. Could be an absolutely awesome player to watch out for. Phil Byrne, I feel like they've got a few real good names scattered throughout that Canadian side, and I don't think that Samoa can underestimate them. And Samoa's discipline is going to have to be perfect in this one. It was towards the end. Here's Caspian. So yeah, not too sure why that is. I know that I missed a few comments near the end, so perhaps it could have been that. Maybe it was just that I missed the message that you sent. Yeah, just interviewing Nick Maloof. Australia, they have done enough to be able to qualify for the quarterfinals. Just looking through at the way that the tables are sitting in this current competition. We'll go here, and we will go like that. So New Zealand, in the women's side of things, they have qualified for the quarterfinals. Same with Fiji, same with Australia, Ireland, and then France, Canada, and USA. 3 sides that have made their way through, and Great Britain, the other side that have made their way through for the women's side of things. For the men, South Africa are confirmed. New Zealand, they are confirmed. Argentina and Ireland are confirmed. And I believe with Australia getting themselves that win over Spain, it might be enough to go through as one of the best third place sides. And then USA, Fiji, and France. I believe that France at the moment, they might not quite have enough points. Samoa, the benefit that they've had is they have had one game within 7 points, so they've had that little bit of a boost. They can finish here with 4 points, which would be enough, theoretically, to make their way through ahead of the French. Cool, thank you. Says Robert there. No, I tried, but it said it was in timeout. Says Caspian there. And also, the score between the Lions and the Dragons is 8-7 for the Lions. I wish hope 2024 is a good year. I would like to see New Zealand lift the World Cup since it's Martin Guptill's last and Tim Southey's too. Says DC will win. They are just showing the last 5 times that these two sides have played. Samoa have been victorious. So they all want to continue that momentum. They've gone within the starting lineup. Motu Opitai, BJ Lima, Taunu Naulivaya, Paul Scanlon is the captain, Alafipo, Samuelu, Nuulu, or Nuula, I should say, and also Masi Fau in the starting lineup. To close it out for Canada, Awaru, Burner, Seja, Richard, and then they took it away so I couldn't read the rest. But we will get to see them in a very short moment, and of course Thomas Isherwood also going to be out there. Has Rugby ever won the Sevens? They certainly have. They have won in Dubai many times. They have won the Sevens World Cup as well. Now Samoa and Canada are making their way out onto the field. So this game theoretically was supposed to kick off around 10 minutes ago. So there's about a 10-minute delay at the moment in terms of when the games are taking place compared to when the matches are kicking off. So what we will quickly do, if that is the case, is we might have to delay a couple more of our live streams by just oh no, the next one might not be too bad. We might be all right with Fiji versus Great Britain. That is the game that is happening straight after this one. I should mention, welcome into all of our viewers tuning in from Samoa, as it is the middle of the night for you guys. Who do you think will win this game? I think Samoa, and I think they'll want to win it comfortably so they can really boost themselves up and make their way through to the quarterfinals. We have got DIY, always covering 7 World Series. Says DC will win. I mean, we're covering most things. We cover the Sevens, we cover Super Rugby, Six Nations, URC, Rugby World Cup, international fixtures. It's just, we cover a competition. We cover plenty of competitions. And also, I put you in timeout because too much or too close to comfort there. Says Blues Nate, and also Lions 8-7, the Dragons 7-0 up. At one stage this morning, the Grange, but now Samoa, they've got the ball inside of their 22, driving for. Paul Scanlon gets it off to Nuulivaya. Now Stewart with the ball in hand. Isherwood goes across to this left-hand side. Bit of a chance early on for the Canadians here. Samoa having to make sure they make their tackles, and Nuula has missed one, but wrestled into touch there. Motu Opitai has done brilliantly, and Samoa now have got themselves the line out. Oh, told that they aren't allowed to take it quickly. If Samoa want to qualify for the quarterfinals, they need a win here. It's about as plain and simple as it gets. Currently in the rankings, USA and Fiji, they are going through. France look like they're going to be missing out. That is going to be a nice turnover for Canada, though. Going off to the right-hand side. It's a 3-on-2. Stewart slips through. Knock on there from the Canadians. And it is now going to be the scrum. Whereas George says DC will win. He is asleep. It is currently 4:40 a.m. New Zealand time. So he likes to sleep when it's dark. He's a smart man. What's your age, says Manus? I am now 24 after my birthday yesterday. Getting up there in the old age department. Just to knock on at the wrong time for Canada Rugby Unions, Rugby Leagues, and maybe cricket. The Kiwi lads will try keep you in the loops. There's Blues, Nate. Now Paul Scanlon. The foot about to put this ball in, I should say. Knocking it back. Samoa, bit of a rough pass. It's gone backwards though. Naula actually smart to kick that one in behind. Something that you don't see Samoa do too often is go for those kicks when they're deep inside of their own area. But it's actually meant that yes, Canada have the ball, but they've got it about 60 metres deeper than they had it last time. Awaru. Great tackle on him. Another knock on from the Canadians. George looks like Kyle Jamison. Does he? Really? I mean, I'd have to look at a picture of Kyle Jamison again, but I have to say they're probably complete opposites, aren't they? For one, Kyle Jamison, he's blonde. Someone's got the Canadian earrings. They were just shown, but currently 2.5 minutes down in this first 7-minute half, and no one able to break through the line as of yet. That does not mean that no one will be able to throughout the half. Loose ball. Masifau just throws it away. Awaru now, the big man, gets it off to Burner, who puts on the afterburners. Another knock on from the Canadians. That is now 3 that they have had throughout this half. And these are little mistakes that they can't afford to be making, because if they had nailed all 3 of these chances, they'd be sitting very nicely on the scoreboard. Carter 14, Scarlets 10. There's Al, says More. I have to say the Lions are the Bulls. I like the Sharks. Says Caspian. Now Paul Scanlon feeding the ball in again at scrum time. We've had quite a few of those throughout this match up till this stage. Now just looking to sling this one out wide to Masifau. Now last time he went for that risky offload, instead just takes it to the ground. That's a hat trick, says Star. And yeah, not the kind of hat trick that you want in a game of sevens, 3 drop balls in a row. Thought about the offload on the inside there. Still available though, after BJ Lima takes contact. Having to clean that one up. Nula, little bit undecided. Goes for the chip and chase. It sits up for him. He's tackled after kicking that one downfield. Was pretty late. Still a chance for Samoa. Alofipo picks the ball up. They have got numbers on this left-hand side if they can shift it. Now BJ Lima gets that wide to Nauli Fire. Gets the offload back in. Lima will score on a bit of individual brilliance. And then the team try in the end for Lima. That will be his second of his career, but the first in Dubai. Hamish features are similar to Tom Blundell. Says DC will win. And also JC Pretorius playing E2 should make a sevens comeback, says Chronic. BJ Lima scoring there. What's yours, says Caspian for Nate. But it was coming. Samoa had looked dangerous for a little while, and now reaping the rewards. The conversion is accurate, but it didn't have the distance on it that it required. So that will keep the score at 5-0. It looks like it was a great try, says Manus there. Yeah, very nice put together try. A couple of little kicks in behind. A tactic that may work well up against South Africa if Samoa were to use it in the future, retaining their own kickoff. And now Alofipo slings it out wide. This is a great chance for Samoa. Lima in the corner gets the try. And that is going to be 2 in a row for BJ Lima. That has really silenced the crowd. Pat Cummins has a YouTube channel. He certainly does. He's uploading all throughout his IPL journey. Alofipo, great cutout pass. Gets it out to Lima. And just had time. Almost gets driven into touch. It was some big contact coming from the Canadian defence. That kick is good. And that will now make the score 12-0 with 50 seconds remaining in the first half. Now, there is no stage in a game of sevens that you can feel comfortable, because you always know that the opposition have a chance of making that comeback. If you scored a certain amount of points in the first half, the opposition can do that in the second. So even though Samoa have started this match well, they will know that they need a lot more points on the board. Definitely to increase their points differential to help their chances of going through. Masifau, through again he goes. And that is 3 tries in a row from the Samoans. They are really putting their heads down now. Going to be a second in Dubai, 5th of the career for Malakisi Masifau. And now the game has changed. It's actually changed that much that the scoreboard's not even keeping up. It's currently 17-0 now in this matchup. And we have still got a kick to come, and I believe it will be a nice easy one. So the score at halftime could end up being 19-0. And that is what it will be. Very good work from the Samoans to keep building the momentum. Like I mentioned, the scoreboard's wrong. 19 points on it for the Samoans here. Yeah, they'll just want to keep on increasing that. The way that they have the scoreboard is sleeping. Any red cards in the competition so far? Not from the games that I have commentated. I'm not sure about outside of that. I've seen a couple yellow cards, but yeah, no reds that I know of at this stage. And Robert's got that big smile on his face as well. 3 visits to the opposition, 22 for Samoa, and 3 times they have been able to score tries. Only 1 missed tackle for Canada. So when they are making the tackles, they're doing all right, but it's just reaching a Samoan player when he does break the line. And Samoa need to win far to get a chance of making, or maybe getting second place. Says Manus. Although I think at the moment they're more fighting with Australia in terms of the ranking of a third place team, because France, the disadvantage that France actually have, or sorry, my apologies, the USA at the moment are the side, wait, no, they've messed that up, I think. Pool C, oh no, that's the women's side. One moment. Here we go. So France at the moment are missing out. So if Fiji win this game, no matter what, they will go through. Looking at how many games certain teams have played. So that would be pretty massive for them. Heads rolling. Says Ta. Yeah, starting to really get going here, Samoa. Scoreboard doesn't want to give them credit for what they were able to do throughout that first half. But 19 points to 0. Currently Great Britain warming up the game up against the Fijians. Yeah, Samoa win. They'll be through to the quarters. Not sure who they'll be playing just yet. Depends on how the Australians, of course, finish up in their ranking. They have currently played 3 games. They are sitting -6 for their points differential. So as long as Samoa win this game by more than 4 points, pretty much is what they need. Now Canada, 40 metres out from their line. Going to try and get back into this contest. Owaru, looping play, 4th knock on from Canada. Masifau kicks it forward. It's flicked back up though. Gets it slightly wrong. Another knock on. That is knock on number 5 for the Canadians. I don't think I've seen a side drop the ball so often in a game of sevens, and we have seen teams play almost underwater. Masifau, not quite getting it right. Almost did a bit of a rainbow flick the way that one came up. So there might be some sort of injury here as well for a Canadian player. Not what you want to see at this stage of the competition. The way that it currently sits, ladies and gents, it would be South Africa versus Australia, Argentina versus Fiji, USA versus New Zealand, and Samoa versus Ireland. So that's live at the moment. Of course, that can change. Take a quick picture of that, just so that we got it. But we'll see how much that changes from what it is now compared to what it ends up at the end. Because I feel like there will be quite a bit of reshuffling, but I don't think Samoa would mind playing Ireland. I think they consider that as a decent matchup for them. We will, of course, have to wait and see. I'll not be watching TikTok while I'm trying to listen to Hamish. You're right. I should maybe get rid of TikTok. There's Caspian. Now a big scrum from Samoa. Managing to retain it. Here comes Paul Scanlon. He has the pass with him. He puts it on the outside to Masifau, who almost ran dead, but he gets another try. And for a side that only had to win this game by 4 points, Samoa certainly not playing like it. They wanted to win this game by a large margin, 40 points perhaps, and really put a statement into this performance. And Canada go play hockey, says Robert there. Right, where Masifau gets his double. This game, same with, it is none other than BJ Lima. We've got their morning from Kerr as well. Welcome in, mate. Hope you're doing very well. I'm sure even with the result in the last URC game, you'll be very happy seeing Glasgow's name top of the bunch in the URC. First of all, we do have to ask you, whereabouts in the world are you located now? Do let me know. 5 minutes remaining in this one. Kicking off this one. Nola. I don't think you're going to get time because your next live stream is in 4 minutes, says Caspian, although we will just start that next one when this one is over. is normally the way to do it for the Sevens, mainly because the games get reshuffled that much that it's very hard to stick to the exact timings. Nice step. Masifal thought about the hat trick, and it might still be on the cards. Levi Milford now to pass it back across. Big cutout pass. Opitai. One more to the left-hand side. Inside ball to Alofipo. They are very close. And that is going to be another knock-on. This time from Samoa, though, rather than the Canadians. I'm livid about the performance, although it wasn't a first-team Glasgow hat out. They were saving people for a European game. In LA now, says Kern there. And if Canada want to win the game, they need to make a lot of less mistakes. Says Manus. How goes it, dude, says Kerr. There as well. So far, Karen, I almost said Canada in a long, drawn-out way, but Samoa having a lot more of the carries throughout this contest. Big early push there from the Canadians, but their scrum reigns strong. Back to the left. They are still deep inside of their 22. It'll be extremely hard to get out of there. Definitely against the Samoan defence that is not leaking too many tries so far throughout the competition. Nice bit of spin and work there. Levi Milford joining the breakdown. Another big step. Kratz. We have got there. So trying to work out what day it is for you, says Kerr. So theoretically, well, it depends, doesn't it? Because USA time, you guys are like 20 hours behind, aren't you? So it is still the second where you are. For me, it is 5 a.m. on the 3rd. But time zone-wise, I think New Zealand and Australia and Samoa, Fiji, pretty much only Oceania have it that it's the day after, but everywhere else it is still me birthday. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff. Nice low tackle. Burner, offload. They're still trying here, Canada. They haven't given up, fair play to them. Lockie Kratz gets taken down, gets back up again. For me, it's your birthday, so if it still counts. Yeah, fair enough. That'd be good, matey. And also say, oh, by the way, how's the B-Day? And who do you think will win New Zealand versus South Africa? I think it will be close, but South Africa's kicks from behind seem very handy. So it could work quite well for them in their favour, but I think New Zealand may sneak it in that one. There's going to be another penalty in favour of the Samoans. 2 minutes remaining. They are still 24-0 up, so they will not be losing this game, and they have secured themselves a spot in the quarterfinals. It's just more of the question of who will they be playing now. They might be playing Ireland. I think the other team that they could end up playing at this stage is South Africa. But that can change in a heartbeat, depending on some of the other results. We've still got 3 more games in the men's side of things that will determine changes. There's what's happened here? We've got a delay. Okay, I think we've got a streaker or something. Okay, yeah, so someone's run onto the field, so they've got a stoppage, by the sounds of it. In Philadelphia, almost 11 a.m. on the 2nd. Happy birthday, Hamish. Says Gus there. And also halftime, a full-time, Monet Lagrange. Says the Blues, Nate. So currently, I believe that will be halftime in that Lions-Dragons game. What stadium is your background? This is the Dubai Stadium, I believe. Maybe? Is that Dubai? Or have I got the wrong stadium? I might have the wrong stadium, to be fair. And also, says Ta in there as well. Now Carson about to feed the ball in again. Time off. One minute 30 still remaining. I think Canada can score here. I think they've got the potential. Cheers, Hamish. There's Blues, Nate. Which I mentioned straight after this one, we have got Fiji versus USA. Or sorry, Fiji versus Great Britain. So be sure to tune in for that. Here comes Carson. Pinning the ears back. Oh, that would have hurt. He kind of crumpled down. Another knock on from the Canadians. Every time. It's not. I think it's the Hong Kong Sevens Stadium, says Manus. Oh, well, it looks very nice anyway, doesn't it? Nice fancy looking stadium. All you can ask for. Yeah, Coates took a hard shot, kind of bundled up into a ball after the way he was struck. Are you correct, Hamish? It's half time. Says Mornay Lagrange. A couple more days out here then on the 6th to San Diego and I fly home finally. Says Kerr there. So how long do you stay at home for, Kerr, once you get back? I assume you get a little bit of a break. Another free kick for Samoa Nuulivaya. Now going off to this left-hand side. Samoa still in a very good position to be able to score themselves another try if they really want to. They don't need it, but they're just going, why not? Have a bit of a crack. Close out the day on a high. Now Motu Opitai passes across again. Back to work on January 11th. Oh, so that's actually quite a nice break for yourself. You'll be able to chillax, sit there in your new hoodie, which is hopefully high quality. You will have to let me know, of course. Now, Mora going up the middle. And even though Samoa, it wouldn't hurt them to concede a try here in terms of the overall standings, they still don't want to. They want to keep on defending and try and stop this Canadian side from making their way through. Been told no in the breakdown. Another Canadian penalty. I'm going to quickly try and check the current quarterfinal sittings. I got my tickets ready for the 1872 Cup, Glasgow, Edinburgh on December 22nd. Says Kirst, that'll be an awesome one to be able to watch, definitely because both sides are playing very well. And the URC currently is Josiah Mora. He has gone over. He's actually rolled to the try line there, but it does count. Or does it? No. Yes. No, it's actually going to be... Wait, what's happened here? One too many rolls. Then he's been told off. So then he's been told a bit of that. Hey, Hamish, says Manus in there as well. Now taking the tap, kicking it into touch. And that is going to be the end of this match, ladies and gentlemen. 24 points to 5, I believe. Or it might be 24 points to 0. I'm not actually sure what happened at the end. But either way, Samoa are through to the quarterfinals. So they will now advance. 24-0 is the end score in this contest. But we will transfer over to the next live stream. Fiji versus Great Britain. We will see you all in a very short moment.